Hey, muy buenas noches, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well, blessed, and enjoying family. And as always, muchísimas gracias to all for your guys' words, prayers, and your amazing support on helping me get my message out there in the hope that it could be something positive for someone, at least in the sense of how prison life is really is and how there's no honor in it. But for this time, I wanted to touch on Billy from Logan Heights, Carlos Diaz, and how an incident really brought chaos in the Bay, right? But overall, they got split. And the only ones that ended up paying the price were the ones following orders, if you want to put it like that, right? But again, this circle around Pelican Bay shoe, I just got in there and, usually there's a lot of Billies back there that they've been back there for a while, so they don't have the reach that others do. But they do have opportunities to the sense that camarada or two end up in the section or setting up with them, and they're able to push their agenda right through them, and which was the case this time. The camarada Gadget, he was there from 36, and he had a date coming up. So the one that was able to get a reach on him was Carlos, right? And what he wanted to do was get up in the game. And the best way to do so was, I'm not going to say run low and heights because, again, SD was a powerhouse back there. Just there alone, there was one, two, three, four Phillies from Logan Heights, without counting Keys and Weather Stern and other Phillies, from different areas in SD. But they had a lot of space to 'em. But anyways, Gadget was gonna eventually parole, so the the Pili sent him out with palabra to the stands. He needed mulas, right, to go over and support the Pilis and Tijuas with that little bodegas and getting packed with a 3-4 P and bringing them across and getting them out to where they needed to, right? Because to me, it's all greed, right? Because yeah, you're able to shave a couple $100 if you buy them in TJ, but if you know the right people all across, you're able to get good prices too. But greed comes into effect and every penny counts, right? So anyway, homeboy eventually he had his date and he went over there and he found a good coyote or a pollero that would help him, you know, do shipments and just charge for as a person. So, anyways, this went on for a while, and once it would touch down, it was spread amongst them, and within time, as everything you do, it has growth, or it just didn't make sense. You can't stand still, or nurse easily say, there's no losses for a business if there's no winnings, and it makes no sense. So within time they started touching different areas, like OC and well, you guys get it, right? In South Cal. But the methods that were being used, they weren't being discussed when it all hit the fan, it became a problem was, it's easier to have kids from Mexico that in reality, well, those that have been in Mexico there, they know there's a lot of, lost little persons that are willing to go that extra mile for a buck. So, just getting in them and putting a backpack on them and just take it. You got to una feria and, you know, it made a lot of sense when it came to them living on the streets, digging trash, So anyways, this is on business, right? The problem is that you guys know, as grown folks, if you take on the responsibility, you have to answer up for it, right? Now, was this being implemented when it came to kids? Well, yes, because again, they were messing with the Mataninos, right? Which was the Arellanos, or at least the faction that was there, opening that line of moving. And so there was a couple incidents, but the main one was when it was six little ones, like, 10, 11, 12 year olds that got busted. And, the states, they're going to do what they're going to do, right? They don't want kids on this side, so where you live on the street, so they kick them back out to the streets. That's reality. So when they came back, of course, as a kid living on the streets, not having nothing to eat or wear, he's gonna be a kid. He's gonna address them, try to apologize, and try to get that little bit of income, right? But with Arianos, it just don't work that way. You know, they go back, a cagaste, vámonos. They were taking them out. And this was all being shadow, kept in the cuts up into the point where up across, Shaggy got busted. So when he got busted, there was a loss there, and it ricocheted to his pregnant girl. And again, there's always those promises, right? You get busted, we're going to support with abogado and help you wiggle out, right? But it don't work like that. For those that really know, when you get busted, it is what it is, Guy solo. And like they say, I don't know you, don't even mention my name. So of course, someone being solid, doing everything to the thought as he's being asked, putting revenue in their pockets, it hits a nerve, especially when you're a free person and you're still going out your way supporting, right? So Shaggy got upset, so he voiced his opinion, but he voiced it to the wrong person, which was what a friend. And for those that not sure, like this time, you try to bring some common sense or try to speak with them about another brother. You're signing your everything you're worth when it came to the cause over, right? You're done, which was the case, in county. Shaggy got hit and, everything hit the fan. How the kids were being used and abused, and sometimes they weren't even getting paid. They were just like, there's a lot of them were doing hijos a favor, so keep pushing. And the camarada addressed this to Carlos, and it wasn't a problem. It became a problem when Carlos voiced it to Sean, and it moved. They moved quickly to silence the homie, right? Once he gets hit and gets thrown to the PC yard, he's gonna believe his palabra. And why I even came to the moves in this play was because later on they got at me, right, for you guys know, for familia, and things got difficult for them, I guess, right? But they didn't want that to stop because there was, there was failure, right? And when it was the Hollywood boom, there was not mine. But when it was addressed to me, the person Güerito, that brought the Amapil, he's the one that put me up on game on everything and said, homie, ni te metas con los hermanos Díaz, right? Because this thing happened and there was a push from other Billys trying, but you're here. There can't be a push against Sherman. But I know there's going to be a lot that are going to be like, well, it ain't the main factor, right? In this, what happened is, Shaggy had, to a sense, camaradas oppressed from a different angle to different feelings from different areas. And it became a problem to the sense that they looked into it, they looked into it. And, at the end of the day, the homies that were pressing on it, they were from SD's county. So it ricocheted. It was a big walk away from a lot of homies. If you we want to put it like that, right? But it was a lot of removal from a lot of homies at once. It's why it was so noticeable. And it was all due to they were covering Caglos because they knew if it came down to an open thing, that kids were being utilized to this sense, they were going to bend their hands and they would have to act on it, right? So they were going out the way to cover the feeling, but at no time did you would hear of them killing a camarada or really at least telling them, cállate, be quiet, and it's done. It's done. It's over with, right? It was easier for them to get hit, and I don't know. And it's what I want to pinpoint on here, right? That you could go around and do everything to the thought. I was there. I understand that pleasing these individuals is what's in your head. I'm here supporting or doing things for this individual. I want to do it right. I will make sure, and you want that really to win, right? How? If there's an open line, boom, I want to better it. I want to hit it from different angles. I want to bring this to the table for make more feria. That's just, it's like work. No patron likes a worker that's constantly calling and asking him to guide him how to do things, right? Wherever you work, what they like is someone that when a problem arises, you're able to resolve it. You're making numbers for the company. That's how, game banging is exactly the same, right? You're only good as long as you can do good, right? And bring to the table. If not, it's just easier the other way. It is why, on the live, someone asked on the SNY, I don't know what year we started, but I would assume it started when, it was easier to remove a person than to make a person. And, but anyways, on this story, I just wanted to open a glimpse on that, they're gonna protect the people. Again, I really believe that if there was a Billy pressing buttons and everything, he would have been removed, right? If he had more power. But in this case, you know, Carlos, whatever he was doing, he was sharing. So it was he got taken care of. But in the process, I could name 20. but I know it wasn't 20. You know, all the extra people that got utilized in between, man, you know, I've been there and seen how even though they're a Mexican side, right, everything they do is to something's better their life. And when you do it with someone where it's easier to remove people, you know, there's nothing good in it. That is why it's always best to do you, you know, to actually do you. Aggie. But anyways, we have to tomorrow I gotta kick up early and start all this testing. So I'm gonna let you guys rest. I hope this year made any sense. I don't know how to put it together sincerely, but I wanted to speak on it because a lot of camaradas got thrown out in this one, and you know a lot of innocent people got hurt. Just like, well, you guys see it. You know, I don't gotta speak on it, but the Marayanos, when it comes to valuing people, it just never been them, right? I guess that's why it clicks so good. But anyways, muy buenas noches. I send my love, I send my prayers. Please stay true to yourself and love to your loved ones. God bless. And again, this week I wanna touch in the same circle so that I don't, you know, I'm not bouncing around on you guys. So this week I wanna touch on the things that I was personally involved in some way or another with homies from SD and the Bealies, right? So if this story wasn't good, again, disculpen. I ain't very good with putting palabras or just being a sideliner, used to say, you know, but I wanted to touch on it. So, gracias, muy buenas noches.